BG Projects here, guys. Got a great video here for you today. Rather than a how-to, we've dived into a massive project, one of the Haines Hunter 445Cs. Now, if you didn't own one of these boats, you wanted one. They were a great little boat back in the day, and to be honest, I think they're still produced hull-wise to this day by Johnson Brothers Marine. Now, I picked this one up at Sunshine Coast in the canals up there. It was used a lot throughout its life. Pretty much one or two owners from looking at the history, and got it fairly cheap. Now, wasn't meant to be such a big build, but like most things you get into, turns out to be one. So initially it was just going to cut the top off, make it a tiller steer, and be on my way. But after really diving into this boat and start, replacing the transom and all that sort of stuff, decided it was going to be a much bigger project than initially planned. Now, the strip down started with the motor. It was a Force 70 C's 2-stroke. I put that up on the marketplace, got rid of that pretty quickly, I think within a day. Started tearing all the old stuff off, inside and out. Fittings, all the old bimini, everything. First on the hit list was the transom. So we ripped that sucker out. It had been done before, not extremely well, but well enough so I'd say that it was doing its job. It's just that the water was already starting to seep in, as you can tell by these photos. Now, I ripped it all out, and normally I would do the transom from the other side, but I decided to do it this way, and it was a bit of a hassle. I had to think about exactly how I was going to get to the inside of this with the limited space I had. But later on, you'll see that I ripped the seats out and got to it that way as well. Now, the core material I used, rather than using the old plywood method, I've decided and opted for the foam core material. I used a pet foam product down at my local Chanroy, and it was pretty fair price. Like if you went to your timber yard and got some pretty good marine ply, it was about the same price. So I used one sheet of 100 kilo density pet foam, and yes, you definitely can use it. You just got to make sure you add a few extra more layers of glass. Now I was using vinyl ester resin. I find it really easy to work with, and it's sort of the best of both worlds, rather than having the annoyances, I'd say, with some of the epoxy stuff, even though it was a great product. A little bit more working time and ease of use with the vinyl ester. Now, the way I used the pet foam core, I cut it up, the one sheet that I had, and used panels that sort of overlapped. The first panel being the one that went in the middle section, just like the original piece of ply, and then followed by 3 more panels that sort of overlapped, and I laminated those panels into one big sheet that went across the back and filled the rest in. Now, between the layers, obviously bonding those 2 sheets together, this first picture here, this is the middle bit, and then me mocking up the rest that go in there. So the layers are as follows. So pretty much 3 layers of glass on each side of those panels, and then glued them together as I put them in, as well as 3 additional layers on the outers and inner sides. So all in all, I think I even used more than that, so I'd say probably anywhere between 16 and 18 layers between that back panel that you see done and the inside. So very, very strong, guys, very strong. I would happily put 100 horsepower on the back. No, I'm not going to. So the Transom came out absolutely great. If anyone would like to comment, anything, rather it be the Transom or anything else, comment and I'll do my best to answer any questions. The gunnels were probably where the sort of two molds meet. They were sort of a bit bashed up, so I had to sort of repair a few of those areas, not the whole thing, just bits and pieces. And the very bottom of the boat, because we've been sitting in the water, quite for some time, did get a few barnacles and stuff over it, so I spent, probably about 2 days just sanding that down. That was probably the hardest thing about the whole lot, that sanding, as everyone knows. Fantastic. Anyway, so moved on to sanding down the sides of the boat. And getting ready for a primer coat, and that's where we'll leave this video, guys. Don't want to bore you too much here with all the talking going on. I hopefully will have a bit more video for you in the upcoming ones, and yeah, so in the next few videos I'll show you where we go from there. I hope you like it so far, guys, and I hope you're having a good one. Cheers.